Donald Trump was speaking in Albuquerque, New Mexico a little bit ago, and he told the audience there that the reason that he's there is because he needs to help his credentials with the Hispanic or Latino community, he says. He says this to their face. Play this clip.
So I'm here for one simple reason. I like you very much, and it's good for my credentials with the Hispanic or Latino community. You know,
by the way, this is after Donald Trump's campaign said that Puerto Rico is trash, made horrific comments about the Latino community, and Trump has refused to denounce those statements. During the same bizarre event in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Donald Trump starts talking about F-35s, and he claims he bought F-22s, and then he says, I did a weave, which really are, in my opinion, his dementia-like symptoms. Let's play it.
You don't take it away. He got 14 million votes in the Democrat Party, and then, oh, that sounds like a nice F-35. You know how many of them I bought? I bought a lot of them. Personally, I like the F-22 the best, by the way, but I think the F-22 is the most beautiful fighter jet ever made. But let's get back into the subject. That's the weave. Let's get back to the subject. You always end up in the right, you have to always end up in the right place.
By the way, folks, Donald Trump has a track record of insulting his audiences. Remember recently where he spoke in Las Vegas and he told the people in Vegas, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. Here, play this clip.
By the way, isn't that breeze nice? Do you feel the breeze? Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. See, now the press will take that and they'll say he said a horrible thing.
By the way, the mayor of Albuquerque, New Mexico, pointed out in a post that Donald Trump has stiffed the city now of over $500,000 in not paying the bills for the services that they've used, where other campaigns pay for the services of the localities where they speak, not the Trump campaign who stiffs workers over and over again. Then, in his speech in Albuquerque, Donald Trump says that he won New Mexico twice. He lost New Mexico twice. Play this clip.
New Mexico wants to keep it going like it is. So, you know, we almost won it twice. And let me tell you, I believe we won it twice. Okay, you want to know the truth.
Donald Trump then says when you pick a vice presidential candidate, you need to pick the worst one possible so they don't take you out. Are you listening, J.D. Vance? Play the clip.
But nothing is more dangerous than to give immense power to a weak and not very smart person, just not a smart person. We need smart. In fact, I call for it, but I would love to have it. We should have cognitive tests for anybody that runs for president and vice president. Oh, how about that guy she picked for vice president? What a loser. What a loser that one is. I mean, that guy, could you imagine? Well, she picked somebody so bad that there is a certain rule. Make them really bad and they'll never take you out, right?
Then Donald Trump, talking about electric vehicles, says this is Gestapo stuff. Play the clip.
So I said, did you explain that to the authorities as they burst into your office to demand that you go all electric? I explained it. What they say, we don't give a damn. We want you to go all electric. This is what we're dealing with. It's like it's like Gestapo stuff, okay? They use that term. It's like Gestapo stuff. What they're doing to our country is unbelievable. And you talk about a supply chain. I said, how many stops would you have to make for electric? 6.
Donald Trump then lies and says that Vice President Kamala Harris and Beyonce were booed at their event, which is just 100% false. There were quite literally like 30,000 people at that event, 75,000 people in Washington, D.C. as well. Donald Trump is absolutely jealous that he can't do crowd sizes anywhere nearly as big. Here, play this clip.
Shame him also about crowd size. I say, show the crowds. How about her? She couldn't get a crowd the other night. She got Beyonce. Beyonce walked out, said something, walked back, didn't sing a song, and they booed both of them the hell out of the area.
Then Donald Trump, who's clearly exhausted and can't even open up a truck door, says that Vice President Kamala Harris is exhausted, and then he calls her a cracker. Play the clip.
She's a total train wreck. And by the way, I looked at her this morning. She had a little news conference. It lasted for like 2 minutes. She's exhausted. You know? She's exhausted. She's a train wreck who is totally unqualified to be the president of the United States of America. There are some people who thrive under pressure, and there are some people who crack under pressure. She's a cracker. And the more pressure Kamala has, the more you see it happening. No, she's cracked.
Then Donald Trump says, lies, that the reason Vice President Kamala Harris has these big crowds is that they are bussed in. It should be noted, Donald Trump busses in people from out of town into his rallies. Once again, projection and confession. Play this clip.
2 nights ago, Kamala made a speech with a paid-for audience. You can always tell when the buses pull up and they're all the same. Actually, it's a good-looking bus company. I think I'm going to use it sometime. But we don't need buses, do we? No, the buses they get these people from someplace, they pay them, and they send them in. Oh, she got a wonderful crowd today. And then you see the people that she's making a speech, they're all looking at their phone, calling their girlfriend, calling their boyfriend. But all she talked.
By the way, here is that video from a day before where Donald Trump could not open up a truck door and seemed to be suffering from either stroke-like symptoms or dementia-like symptoms. Play the clip. Then Donald Trump randomly says that Brett Favre, former football player, is strong. Play the clip.
No, Brett Favre yesterday in Wisconsin. He's great. He endorsed me. Never did that before. He endorsed me, gave me a strong endorsement. And I was thinking about her. I'm talking about her, and there's Brett Favre sitting there with her hands. He has got hands. I never saw it. He's got fingers like sausages. That's why he could fling that ball 80 yards down the field. And I'm saying, how do you even compare? You're talking about him. He was a leader, the won Super Bowl, and had some of the best quarterback stats ever. But great. I mean, it was such an honor. And I'm thinking about here's a guy who was a leader. He was a leader on the field. He'd be screaming at his guys. They weigh 100 pounds more than him. Although I tell you, he's a big guy. I was surprised. He's tall, but he is a strong sucker. And he comes out. And I'm looking at him and I'm talking about her in terms of leadership. And I say, can you imagine we're even having them in the same room? It's so ridiculous. Joe Biden's comments were the direct.
Donald Trump continues to talk about energy. And if you don't have energy, and again, this is at the low energy Donald Trump events. Play the clip.
If you don't have energy, they're going to take it away. They want to go all electric, everything all electric.
Oh, and here Donald Trump may be telling the truth, but again, he's talking about himself. He goes, nothing is more dangerous than to give power to a weak and not very smart person like you. Play the clip.
But nothing is more dangerous than to give immense power to a weak and not very smart person, just not a smart person. We need smart. In fact, I call for it, but I would love to have it. We should have cognitive tests for anybody that runs for president and vice president. Oh, how about that guy she picked for vice president? What a loser. What a loser that one is.
And just proving that point, Donald Trump says that with Vice President Kamala Harris, you would have to examine her under Article 12. What's Article 12? Talking about 25th Amendment? Well, you seem like the kind of person who you were just saying is not that smart. Play the clip.
All softballs. And she gives one answer that was so incompetent that you'd have her examined under Article 25, actually. She'd be.
Oh, then Donald Trump again. I mean, what's even going on at these rallies, right? Like, he's not talking about issues that matter to American people. It's just, again, him like whining like a baby and just like complaining. I'm powerful. I'm tough. Just shut up. Here he is saying, this is a job that has to be someone who has high intelligence. Play this clip.
The presidency is a job held by Teddy Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Dwight Eisenhower, FDR, you could name them. This is a job that has to be held by somebody with a high level of intelligence.
And then he can't say, he doesn't know how to say the Alien Enemies Act, which is a 1798 law that would be used to round up people in America on the basis of ancestry, regardless of even whether you're documented or not. Trump's already said, if you're undocumented, bloody deportation exercises. And if you are documented, bloody deportation exercises under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. That means Donald Trump will send law enforcement or military to knock on your door, and if your skin color is a certain way, throw you in jail or potentially kill you. Here's Donald Trump saying that.
But we're using the Alien Enemies Act. Think of that.
Then Donald Trump says that if you are Catholic and you don't vote for him, you need to have your head examined.
It's with Catholics. Any Catholic that votes for her should immediately have your head examined.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's what Donald Trump is doing in New Mexico. So after calling Puerto Ricans trash and garbage, after saying the same thing about the Latino community, now Donald Trump says, I'm in New Mexico because I have to help my credentials with Latinos. That's what he says. Let me know what you think. You could start by just saying you're sorry and condemning the horrific racist statements. How about you start with that? How about you start with a modicum of being a frickin' man and being accountable? Why don't you start with that? He's not a man, though. He's a frickin' baby. You see for yourself. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million together. Thanks for watching.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.